Hi guys, welcome back to Blading Physio YouTube channel. Did you ever have pain in your foot or a cramped feeling in your foot after skating? Let's talk about foot health this week and see what we can do to keep them healthy. Let's get into it. Taking care of your feet is very important. As you're gonna walk or maybe skate every day on them, you wanna keep them healthy. Nowadays we see a lot of deformed feet. You might have heard of hallux valgus, for example, where the big toe goes towards the little toe and just have a bunion on the medial side, like this a little bit. Can't really show it, I'll show a picture here. And this example and a lot of other deformations are often caused by our footwear or what we put on our feet, like our skates for example. Aesthetically pleasing shoes have often a rounder or a pointy tip which pulls or puts the toes together and really deforms them. And because of that, the anatomy and even the biomechanics of the foot will change. So a good biomechanics of the foot is where the big toe stays in one line with the medial line of the foot. So everything that is in one line, that's good. When we walk, the force that goes through the foot starts at the heel. So we're gonna put our heel first, then roll the whole foot and end at the big toe. So in a good biomechanic foot, we're gonna see that the force is one line through from the heel towards the toe. Yeah. So what happens if the foot is deformed? Well, the foot has to compensate because we really need that force through the first toe for a push-off phase. So if we walk, we're gonna have a heel strike, a midfoot, and then a push-off phase. And in that push-off phase, we're always gonna need the force going through the big toe to have a propulsion. If we have a foot that is deformed, the foot will need to compensate to have that force going through the big toe. And also, this might be too far, but if the foot needs to compensate to have this line of force going through the toe, what do you think that happens up next? Like, let's say of the knees or the hips or maybe the lower back or even up higher. Do you really think that all the rest will be okay if you're gonna compensate at the foot? If the foot compensates, probably the knees will need to compensate to cover that disbalance and so on. But that's not the topic of today. Today I just want to show you guys how important the health of your feet are, and especially in, for example, bladers. If we're always in those boots, we're getting cramped up, it's gonna be important to take care of your feet if you want to do it longer. So this video has not as goal to say to stop blading, not at all. We're gonna keep doing what we love, but we want to keep doing it for a longer time. So this is an important topic to tackle. So a few things that you can do to keep your feet healthy. The first thing is a tennis ball. I already explained this in another video, I guess. This is easy to take with you to the skate park or to use at home. It doesn't take a lot of place in, just let them roll somewhere, but have them always close by. What you can do with a tennis ball is you're gonna roll your foot. So you're gonna put your foot on the ball and just roll across your foot, especially in the line. You can also go sideways, but try to massage your foot. It's going to be an auto massage, but this can really help to relax all the structures in the foot, all the fascia, all the muscles, all the tendons. This will help to relax all this tension in the foot. And I think this is one of the most important ones for bladers as you are cramped up in your boots. This might help to relax the foot. This can be a bit painful or a bit sensitive, so be careful with that. Don't hurt yourself too much, but let it be sensitive too. It's logic that it's sensitive because everything is so cramped up. So just be gentle with it, but keep rolling. And then still in the section of relaxing the muscles, what you can do is foam roll your calves, for example. Calves will have a big influence on the feet. So rolling your calves will also help to relax everything in the foot. So don't forget that one. A second thing that you can do is walk more barefoot. I'm not saying that outside your house you have to go on walks on barefoot. No, but when you're at home, leave your shoes at the door and just walk barefoot. Stimulate all those neurological receptors in your foot. It's gonna be healthy, it's gonna be good for your feet to feel another or to have another feeling when you walk around. So this is just something that's easy to do when you're at home, leave the shoes be, walk around barefoot. That's gonna help a lot too. Also, if you're exercising, for example, you're catching up on my videos, some leg exercises or some ankle stability exercises, do those barefoot. That can make a huge difference already in stability, but also this stimulates and activates the foot. Just try to give your feet more different inputs. So if you're always walking on shoes, the only thing that your feet will feel is the sole of your shoe. So by walking barefoot, it always encounters different surfaces, which triggers more receptors in the foot and keeps it active and healthy. So if possible, just leave the shoes be. I'm not against shoes at all, we need them. I'm not going outside without shoes either. But if you're 10 hours in your shoes, you might want to take them off when you're at home, for example. Also, if you like this concept of barefoot walking and stuff, and you want to do it more outside, you can also look up minimalistic shoes. Those are shoes, but with a minimalistic design, which recreate a bit of barefoot walking, but still protected from all the dirt and all the stuff that's outside on the streets. So if you're interested in that, you can always check those things out too. I'll leave some links down in the description, and I'll mention some other Instagram accounts later on this video. A third thing that you can do for your feet, and this is something you can buy, is some toe spreaders. Sounds weird or looks weird. I bought mine for around 10 euros, so 12 bucks, $12 I think, something like that, so pretty cheap. And I have this routine of putting those on after skating, so when I come home I roll my feet just to relax the feet a bit because they were pretty cramped up. I skate M12, so they are pretty tight, so my feet are pretty cramped up afterwards. So I roll my feet and then put my toe spreaders on, which helps to keep that line of my big toe, which I talked about earlier, and also keeps space between the toes. This can help to have a bigger base of support in your feet and also just the normal function of your feet. The toe spreaders for me help to free the tension in my foot. I saw a better power transfer and a bit more of stability while exercising or while running or skating. So yeah, I just mentioned it, but I don't obligate you to buy such things. It's just pretty cheap and it works pretty good, so that's why I mentioned it. And the fourth thing are exercises that you can do with your foot. Every exercise that you already do barefoot is already good because you're stimulating the foot, especially when you do ankle or hip stability exercises or knee stability exercises. But what you can do, especially for the foot, is for example grasping a paper towel or a towel to strengthen the foot arch. What you can do is make circles with your ankle just to keep it mobile. You can also walk on your toes, walk on your heels, push yourself up to your toes. All such things can be helpful or can stimulate the foot to stay healthy, and do it barefoot. That's something I really recommend, and it doesn't cost you anything. So all these things are pretty easy to do. It doesn't cost you much or nothing, and it's something that's gonna help you later on, later in life. It's so small, but except for blading or outside of blading, try to take care of your feet. If you want to blade longer, or if you want to skate longer, you want to just take care of your feet and you'll see the results later on. So the last thing I wanted to mention is just maybe more a thought, or people who are watching this who create boots, skate boots. How cool would it be if the skate boots would respect more the anatomy or the biomechanics of the feet? That I think, or I wouldn't be surprised if that would help power transfer, or if that would improve the performance of a skater. I'm probably more talking about speed skating now, but also in blading that would give you a bit more stability, I guess. So yeah, I don't know, I just like to think about these things, and to me it seems interesting, so I just wanted to share with you guys. The Instagram accounts that I wanted to share too were My Foot Function, the Foot Collective, and if you are interested in the minimalistic shoes, Vivo Barefoot is a good brand for it. I have never worn minimalistic shoes. I think they're not cool looking, or that's another opinion, but I'm not against shoes at all. I wear normal shoes daily, but I leave them at the door when I come home. And I know about minimalistic shoes, but to me, at this moment, I haven't found one that looks pleasing to me. But yeah, that's just a balance to make. But with that being said, I hope you liked this video. I hope you found this interesting. I hope I could convince you to take a bit more care of your feet. You will thank me later for that, I know that. If you haven't subscribed yet, I would invite you to do so. If you like this video, leave a thumbs up. If you have questions, leave them in the comments, and we see each other in another video, guys. Thanks.